Hello again. So I just left the Mule Lake campground a little while ago. It's the middle of February. Weather's actually kind of nice. It's quite warm for winter. It's been a few months since I've been camping, so I figured, hey, let's give winter camping a try. I haven't really done solo winter camping before. I've done winter exercises in the army, but that's a little bit different when you're supported with a lot of people and a lot of gear. So I'm gonna give this a go and see how it is. Alright, so I'm heading down the old railway trail. It's a bike trail now, so it'd probably be fun to bike this in the summer, but right now it's a groomed trail. So I'm just on the detour right now to get to the Highland backpacking trail, and once I get to that intersection I'm going to veer off and into slightly rougher terrain. To be perfectly honest, since this is my first go with all this kit, I'm not trying to do a crazy trip this weekend. I'm really just trying to shake out my gear, see how it all works, and get a little bit of relaxing in. So I will see how far I go, and once I feel like setting up camp, I'll set up camp. Alright, so I just did that first switch back on the Highland Backpack Trail after the railway track. Holy cow, that was tough. I had to pull the pulk up the switchbacks, and it's like pulling a trailer. Well, it is pulling a trailer, so the each switchback the pulk would cut short. I couldn't step wide because of the trail was too deep, so to really fight my way up that, but I'm on a relatively flat spot here, so I'm just gonna catch my breath and keep going. All right, back on flat ground. It's a lot easier. A bit of a downhill. Let's try not to fall off the bridge. So crossing a skiddy backpacking bridge with snowshoes and a pulk is a bit tricky. Luckily I didn't fall in, but that was that was fun. But you can see there's a trail along the stream. I'll try to get closer here without falling into the water. I don't know if you can see the trail. It looks like I don't know, maybe an otter or something from the water there. Sorry, GoPro. There we go. Alright, so I dropped the pulk off at this intersection and I spent probably a good half an hour trying to find a site to camp. So the challenge in the winter is you have to camp 30 meters away from any trail, water, or existing campsites. So given the dense bush here, it's kind of hard to find a good flat spot without too many trees or branches hanging over you. So I did manage to find a spot. It's kind of close to one of the hiking trail camp spots, but it's still about 30 meters back and 30 meters from the trail. So I'm gonna pull the pulk in there, set up for the night, and relax, because moved about 5 kilometers according to my watch, and I am tired. Alright, well I got myself set up here. It's not the best spot. There's actually some nicer spots a bit closer to the path, but I had to stick to the 30-meter rules, so I compromised a little bit here to get this spot. But all in all, not bad. Got the tent set up, got the fire set up. It's not burning super well. I did process quite a bit of wood, but it's I don't know, it's maybe not one of my skill sets to keep fires going in these little stoves, so it'll be a bit of experimentation to see how it goes, but it's getting nice and warm in here. So it's like -3 or something like that outside, but in here it's according to the thermometer is already at 7 degrees and it's warming up still, so hot tent seems to be doing its job. So with that, probably not too much else to do tonight. I'm just gonna relax a little bit. I might wander down to the waterfront and see if I can see anything, but so far the trip, haven't gotten too many photographs. Saw a bunch of ravens. I saw signs of otters, but I didn't see any otters, so we'll see. We'll see if I see any more wildlife tonight or tomorrow, but yeah, so far so good. So if you're boiling snow for drinking water, there's a lot of stuff that ends up being in the snow no matter how clean it looks. So I'm using my pour over coffee filters. I brought a lot of extra filters just for this case to filter out the sediment. All right, so I survived the night. Got down to about -7 last night, so touch chilly. Obviously, I let the fire go out because it's a pretty small stove, and I only had so much firewood and didn't want to be stoking it all night, so I slept in the cold. But the sleeping bag seemed to work pretty well. As long as I didn't move too much, I was nice and cozy. It's rated for -29, but comfort temperature is obviously a bit higher than that. And I'm a pretty cold person to begin with, so yeah, all in all pretty good. So I'm just having some oatmeal for breakfast here. Gonna have some coffee. I'm heating up my water right now on the stove, but it's honestly extremely slow. So I did bring a gas-powered stove that I used to boil off water last night for drinking water. So I'm well stocked up for drinking water right now. All right, on the move again. So, after careful consideration, a lot of humming and hawing, I've decided to actually head back in instead of doing another night. So as it ends up, I used up a lot more fuel than I was expecting to melt snow for drinking water and also for heating for food and stuff. So figured I wouldn't have enough fuel to do a second day here. So a couple other things soaked through my gloves. So luckily I have a spare pair of mitts, but my gloves are soaked through, which makes it hard to do the more nimble tasks. I think I need better gloves. Another lesson learned is need a better axe and maybe a better saw. So I'm just using my summertime axe. It's just a little super light little tomahawk thing that's not really great for splitting wood. It's good for portaging, but it sucks at splitting wood. So for the amount of wood I have to process to keep that little stove going, it's kind of a lot of effort. So yeah, all in all, it is what it is. All right, this looks a bit funny. So there's a little bridge here. And I don't want to fall off of it. It was okay to go on the first time, but it looks like it's been a bit chopped up here. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my backpack across first, then I'm gonna come back just for the pulk. Now the sun's out and it's warmed up, so it's probably about -1 or something like that right now. That's what the high of today is supposed to be. So a bit chilly at night, but really warm during the day, which counterintuitively means I really have to manage my sweat because it's quite warm when you get moving. You know, it's funny, I've been biking to work all through winter, so kind of getting used to the layers and how to do everything, and definitely keeping my legs in good shape and my cardio up over the winter, but snowshoeing slightly different. some slightly different muscles, especially when you're pulling a pulk. So it's all good though. It's a lot of fun. I hit the downhill, so it was uphill on the way here, but it's downhill on the way back. It's kind of steep, so I'm gonna actually probably use some ropes to lower the pulk. The problem I have actually is I'm using PVC pipes for the pull bars, but they bend so easy, so on downhills the pulk just comes up behind me, so might replace them with fiberglass rods for next year, but for a hill like this I'm gonna just lower it. It's entirely possible this would be a disaster, but let's give it a shot. Alright. See, if I had a thicker rope and a gree-gree, I could use that. Go for a ride. Okay, made it down. So the rope worked pretty well. I used probably better rope than paracord because paracord's a bit thin, but the system worked. So I'm just back on the rail trail now, so I've taken off the snowshoes and just got to walk out a couple kilometers here, I think. So. Alright, so I'm just walking through the old airfield, just closing in on the parking lot now, so almost done the trip. Kind of bummed it was kind of a bit short, but it's probably better than to try to camp the rest without enough fuel, so kind of important in the winter, but you know what, lesson learned. So I'm going to take away all the lessons I have from this trip, try to set myself up better next time and give it another go. Fortunately, my schedule is looking a bit too busy this winter to get out again, so I'll have to wait until next winter, but it is what it is. So I'd call the trip a success from the learning perspective. All right, until next time.